Ray Wipe. Ray Wine with the 20. As a 20-year-old, is it okay for me to have fun with the blue-haired girls while I'm young?
No.
As long as I'm smart about it and do it safely, or is any relationship besides a serious long-term one a waste?
It's bad, man. The girls, there was someone tweeted something that was like, should I just go out and bang a bunch of women to get it out of my system? and the person tweeting said, that's not what happens. What happens is you get it in your system.
Yeah. Do all the heroin now.
Once you start getting searching for sexual fun and treating like a relationship, when a man puts it inside a woman's thing, you are creating a psychic bond with that person. There's no such thing as consequence-free, empty sex. It's not a real thing. So just make sure. It doesn't mean you can't go, fuck or do whatever, but just realize that there is no such thing as consequence-free sex. If you go out and do one of these girls, you are creating it's not gonna, you're not gonna shake it. You're gonna look back 10 years later and be like, ugh, okay, You're not gonna be able to shake it off and forget about it. The thing, if you're trying to fuck a lot of girls, it probably means that you have some issue, some psychological issue. I think trying to prove something. I think it's trying to prove something to your dad, trying to prove your masculinity or your manliness or whatever.
Yeah.
And that going out and banging a bunch of chicks is not what makes you masculine. That does not. It's it correlates. It has. There a lot of a masculine alpha male can get more women than fucked up pathetic incel. But there's a correlation there. But it doesn't mean that the banging is the causation. It's not. It's a symptom, and it's just not. It's not a good thing. It's not something you should pursue. You're probably not going to find the one when you're 20 years old, unless you're a Christian. You find somebody that's the girl in my high school sweetheart. If that's the case, go hog wild. But if you're like any of us, some lost fucking guy with no connections, no solidity or foundation or whatever, and you're just all the girls you can find are these literally pieces of shit, pieces of shit wearing a human costume, then do whatever in your 20s, but be open to real connection. What you want is you want a woman that's going to be because life gets very difficult. It's pretty hard. When you're 18, you got all these security systems around you. Even if you don't have parents that love you, you still have high school, college, very low expectations. You're surrounded by low expectations and safety. And when you get to be 30 and 40 years old, that's not the case. And you start, you'll probably you'll at some point you'll start getting health problems. Life will throw you a curveball. You'll have some kind of issue that you need help with. And what you want is a partner to support you and complement your skill set. If you can't do administrative, you can only do some other type of work. You want someone that can do administrative work, who can handle paperwork, who can deal with hospital bills, etc., car insurance, that type of thing. You want someone who complements your skill set and is not a whore and is a trustworthy person, because fucking because you lose interest in it. It stops being the most amazing thing in the world, and it gets trumped by having someone who will make life less hellish by their presence. Someone that makes you happy. That's what you want. And I've never once met I've never met anybody who had this experience where a really hot girl also cooked for them and made their life less miserable. Yeah. I've never seen that. The one that pops into memory was this kid on Instagram that I was talking to. He had a girl. His girl was incredibly hot. She was a human Barbie doll type thing, and he was just telling me how much of a miserable whore, and how fucking their apartment was covered in cat shit and dog shit and pill bottles and stuff, and it was just he'd be better off living in Afghanistan than dating this fucking like mental patient person. A lot of these people belong in a mental institution too. A lot of these people, like right now, you know, if you saw something with like sexy tits and like big orangutan lips and like a swollen pussy hanging out, what if I came up to you and I was wearing a doctor's lab coat and a stethoscope and I said, this person belongs in a mental institution. They belong locked up in a padded cell would be the safest place for this person in a straitjacket. Are you sure you want to create a legally binding problem for yourself by sticking your cock in her and sending her a bunch of texts that are going to be seen in court or by the police?
Yeah.
Because you raped her. Like, come on, man. Just imagine if, and just you have to just take 5 seconds and picture if this person wasn't hot, what would I think of them? Oh, I think it's a fucking homeless person asking me for $5 for crack. Like basically the same thing. Like you know the homeless lady that hits us up for money? That in the parking lot?
Yeah.
What if she was smoking fucking hot with huge tits?
I'd move in with her.
Me too.